Hello everyone, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. On behalf of the channel, we wish our viewers belated Christmas wishes. And today's video is on a Sudoku created by Sinchai, one of the world's premier Sudoku solvers. On his best day can easily be the top 10 in the world. Excellent Sudoku solver, and this Sudoku themed on Christmas tree is created by him. I've solved this Sudoku already, and I know it's an excellent Sudoku, and this particular Sudoku is given a difficulty rating of 5 out of 5 stars. So it's extremely hard, and he has also given some time. If you finish within 15 minutes, you can be called an expert, and anything more than that, you can. There is scope for improvement. Let us put it that way. So the link to solve this is in the description of the video. And before I start solving this Sudoku, I need to share something. There was a video planned for today, and I had made it yesterday, but coincidentally it was the exact same Sudoku as our previous video. There was a classic by the T-Rex, and I had made a video on the exact same Sudoku, and so we could not publish it. And I noticed that this was the exact same Sudoku only after publishing it. We hardly check each other's videos, so I didn't give much attention to what was the previous classic, but it was I had to stop from publishing it. It was just 10-15 minutes away from getting published. I had scheduled it for today at 8 a.m. in the morning, and I noticed that it is the exact same Sudoku at about 7:45, 7:50, just before I was about to leave for my office. So there was no video for today, and this is going to be the next video. Okay, let's start the Sudoku now. Classic rules apply. Each row, each column, and 3x3 box in the grid has digits 1 to 9 without any repetitions. These are the rules. Please do give it a try and come back and watch the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We'll be really happy if you subscribe to the channel. Okay, let's start with the ones. There are quite a few thermometers here, and particularly this region is heavily constrained. You can see that, I've not explained the rules. Come on. In each thermometer, starting from the round bulb, the digits will be strictly increasing until the flat end. So this is an exception, you can say. For example, this round bulb is common to both this thermometer and this thermometer. So this, whatever goes here, will be lower than all the cells here. And it will be strictly increasing starting from the round bulb until the flat end. So these are the rules. Let's start. And if you look at this box, there is only one cell where the 1 can go, and that's going to be here. No other cell can take a 1. And 1 is not in column 5, 1 is not in row 2, and 1 cannot be at the end of thermometer, so 1 goes in one of these 2 cells. And that gives 1 in these 3 cells. 1 is eliminated here, 1 cannot be in the middle of a thermo, so 1 has to go here. And that gives 1 in column 3 in these 2 cells. Now looking along row 7, you can't have 1s here, so this is supposed to be a 1, and that gives 1 in these 3 cells. Right, so let's now look at the 2s. 2 is in row 1, row 3, so that gives 2 in these 3 cells. But observe that if 2 is in any of these 2 cells, this round bulb needs to be lower than that and has to be a 1, but 1 is ruled out. So that forces 2 into this cell. And so 2 is forced either here or here in box 8. No other cell can be 2. And this cannot be a 2 because then this is forced to be a 1. So 2 is eliminated here. This becomes 2. That gives 2 here. And 2 in column 8 and 9, so 2 goes in these 3 cells. 2 cannot be, at this cell because this is minimum 3, so you can't have 2 here. and 2 in column 1 and 2 gives me 2 here. And using the same reasoning, this is a 3 cell long thermo, you can't have 2 here, so 2 must be in one of these 2 cells. Now if you look closely at row 5, there is only 1 cell left for the 2. No other cell can take a 2. This has to be a 2. These get removed, and we have marked a pair in here, so I'm just going to remove them and use center candidates. These will be 1 and 2. Okay, so we got some place with the 2. Now let's look for maybe 3 perhaps. Look at this box. There are not many cells left for the 3. 3 is eliminated here because then this would have to be 1 or 2 and both are removed. So all these cells can't take a 3. This cell can't take a 3 because that forces 2 here. And this cell can't take a 3. So just 2 cells left for the 3. Either this or this. And now let's continue. We can get a lot of eliminations. So I'm just going to mark the possibilities quickly. So 3 has 4 possibilities in box 9. And you can't have 3 here, because then this is forced to be 1 or a 2. And both 1 and 2 are eliminated. The minimum value that can get into this cell is 3. So these 2 cells are not 3. And you also cannot have 3 here, because then this bulb has to be 1 or a 2 and both are ruled out. So that forces 3 into this cell, which forces 3 in these 3 cells in row 7. And same idea, you can't have 3 in these cells because then this is a 1 or a 2, but this is minimum 3. So 3 gets removed here, 3 goes here. And that forces 3 into these 3 cells. And you can't have 3 here because the round bulb needs to be 1 or 2 and both are eliminated. 3 goes into these 2 cells. 3 can't be in column 7, so 3 is in these 4 cells. And you can't have 3 here because this is 1 or a 2, but both are ruled out, so 3 is not here. Okay, so let's see if we can place some 3s here. There are many possibilities for 3s there. Although 3s can't be here, but 3s can be in this cell, this cell, this cell, or this cell. Many possibilities. But one thing what it does is, it gives us the position of 3 in row 2. These 2 cells can't take 3. And if these 2 cells are a 3, then this is 1 or a 2, but both are ruled out. So, which means there is exactly 1 cell left for 3 in row 2. So 3 goes here. So look what a clean construction this is, guys. So this is an example of a perfect construction, clear and logical path until now. And so far the solve has been nothing short of exemplary, I would say. So 3 in column 7 and 9, so that gives 3 in these 3 cells. And I can't eliminate 3 from any of the cells. So just this box left, I guess, for 3s. There are too many possibilities for 3 here. So let's not mark that in. So I think it may be time to make some center marking. Before that, I'm just seeing if I'm missing something. Okay, look at this box. Where does the 9 go? 9 can never be in the middle of a thermometer. So 9 has to go into these cells, being the largest digit. And let's try to see where the 9 goes in other boxes. 9 can't be here, 9 cannot be here, 9 cannot be here. So just these 2 cells for the 9. And in this box, 9 can't be here, cannot be here. So it can be in these 3 cells. That gives us nothing. Okay, let's look at this long thermometer and see what it has to tell us. So let's start with the minimum digit here. Minimum is going to be 3 because 2 is ruled out. So this would be minimum 4. I'm going to use range marking. Minimum 5, minimum 6, minimum 7. Now I'm going to go in the reverse way and start writing the maximum digits starting from the end of the thermo. Maximum could be 9, maximum could be 8, 7, 6 and 5. So while solving a thermo Sudoku, one has to be careful here not to assume that 3 and 5 are the only digits that can go in this cell, because that's not the case. This is just the range. So at this moment 4 can go into this cell. So it's important to remember this while using range marking, as it can lead to a broken solution. Okay, so we did that. Now let's look a bit. Right, what can this cell be? If you look at these cells, so just consider these 4 cells and this cell alone for now. So there are at least 4 distinct digits which are greater than this cell, which means that maximum this could be a 5, cannot be greater than 5, because there are 4 digits which are distinct and which are greater than this cell. So this can maximum be a 5, 3, 4 or 5. But can it be a 5? Look what happens if this is 5, then these 2 cells will be forced to take 6 and 7 in some order, because along the thermo the digits will strictly increase, and no matter how you do that, you can never satisfy these 4 cells. You have 7, so this will be 8 and 9, and now you don't have 2 cells which are greater than 6 along this. So 5 is ruled out from this cell. 5 can never be that cell. So that's 3 or 4. Can it be a 4? It's going to lead us to basically the same solution. If it's 4, then 5 is ruled out from both the cells. So again we are getting the same situation, 6, 7. And no matter how you do, you can't have 4 cells satisfying this triangle shaped thermo. So 4 is also ruled out, so which means there is only one possibility, 3. So now we can use something here. This becomes minimum 4. So this becomes minimum 5. This becomes minimum 6. This becomes minimum 7. This becomes minimum 8. So basically just 1 degree of freedom here. So we can change it to center candidates if required, but okay, it's fine. Let's leave it like that. So 3 in box 8 is forced into this cell, and that forces 3 into these 2 cells, and this 3 removes 3 from here, gives me a 3 here, and that gives 3 in these 3 cells. And I don't think 3's can be resolved as yet. Okay, so one more deduction that we can make here is, we saw that if 4 and 5 are here, this is supposed to be 6 and 7. Now that we have placed a 3 here, we do not need both 6 and 7 here, and 5 is also ruled out. So one of these cells must have to be a 4. Because imagine for a moment you don't also have 4 in either of these cells, then 4 and 5 are both eliminated, and we again land up in the same situation, 6, 7, 6, 7. So one of these cells would have to be a 4. And now look where the 4 goes along row 3. The moment you place 4 here, 4 is eliminated from these 3 cells. And 4 obviously cannot be in either of these 2 cells, because you have a 3 here. You can't put any digit in this cell or this cell. So 4 is also ruled out from here. So just one cell left for 4 in row 3. That is this cell. So you can see that we're just pulled through a narrow alley. You have to see these deductions to finish this Sudoku. So my 4 in row 1 goes into these two cells. I'm missing something simple here. Okay, so one more reduction that you can make here is whichever digit goes in either of these cells, where does it go in row 3? Just ask yourself that. So the next digit would obviously have to be, if let's say you have a 4 here, then this cell can only be 6 or 7. Cannot be more than that because this thermometer would break. So it has to be 6 or 7. It can also be the other way around. For instance, this could be 6 and 7 and this could be 4. It doesn't matter. But whichever way you put the other digit, where does it go in row 3? That's the important question. So it cannot be in these 3 cells, cannot be in the same thermometer as itself because thermos digits strictly increase. So the only place possible is if this is the other digit, then this would have to be that 6 7, and if this is 6 7, then this would have to be the 6 7. Basically either these two cells or these two cells have to be equal, no other possibility. So let's write some pencil marks here: 4 6 7 and 4 6 and 7. Okay, so we have quite a few 5s in here. Let's try to get some play with the 5s. Can't have 5 in row 9. I can't have 5 in column 2. So 5 has exactly two possibilities. These two cells. And also remember that one of these cells would have to take a 4. Okay, and that gives a beautiful deduction. That could have been made right at the start. Where does 4 go in column 5? There is only one cell left, this cell. No other cell can take up 4 now. So this is 4. And now coming back to the 5s again, 5 is not here, 5 is not here because that forces 4 here. So 5 is in these two cells. And that removes 5 here and gives me a 5 here. So that gives 9, a pointing pair of 9s in here. Okay, let me just change these to center candidates because I want to make 5 rotation here. This will be 5 6 6 7 7 8 8 9 and with a 5 in these two cells. Okay, now that we got a 4 here, we're getting one more 4. 4 in box 9 is forced here, no other cell can take a 4, which means this is forced. This has to be 3. And that forces 3 in here, which fixes 3 in this cell. So we got all the 3s and a few more 4s. Okay, 4 in row 7, row 8, so that gives 4 in these two cells and 4 in here, so 4 goes in these 3 cells. Can I have 4 here? I can't, because the minimum value that can get into this cell is 2 and the minimum value that can get into this cell is 5, because you have 3 4 here. So you can never have a 4 in this cell, not possible. So 4 is eliminated and that gives a beautiful pair 2 4. Change it to center. So we got a 2 4 pair in there. looking for the 5s now to see if we can get something with the 5s. 5 can be in these 3 cells. Okay, so where does the 5 go in this box? 5 has to be in these 3 cells, but this cell is eliminated, as we just saw, because this is minimum 5. You have a 2 here, then this would be minimum 5. So this can never be 5. This cell is not a 5, so 5 goes in here. And that gives 5 in these 2 cells. And now comes the break-even moment, guys. A very, very tough deduction. So at this point, if you would like to pause, my previous step would have obviously been a giveaway, but imagine seeing this deduction on paper. I was solving it on paper and my time was 20 minutes to complete this Sudoku, 5 minutes more than the expert time. But this was deduction that took a lot of my time. Extremely difficult one to see, but if you remember something which I said at the start, then it should be easier. So I'll pause myself for a second or two. If you want to find the digit here, you can do so. I'll pause myself here. Okay, so the deduction here is this cell cannot be a 5. Wow, how did that come out of the blue? You can instantly see at first look, you think that if this is 5, this is 4. Where is the problem? So your mind tends to ignore that. That's precisely what my mind did when I solved this on paper. So I saw that this could be if this is a 5, this could be a 4, and there is no problem. But if you remember one deduction which I said, these 2 cells are equal. So if this is a 5, excellent deduction. This is forced to be a 4. Now there is no 5 here, but these 2 cells would have to be equal, as we saw at the start, because whatever goes into this cell, 6 or a 7, doesn't matter, has to be in this row, and that is the only cell which can take that. So 5 is eliminated from here. So this, according to me, is the deduction of the Sudoku, a wonderful deduction and an excellent Sudoku, really. So which means this is not a 5. And that gives a 5 here. Oh, color got changed. So that's a 5. And that gives 5 in these 3 cells in row 3. And instantly you can eliminate these 2 cells as not being a 5 because of the thermo. That will break. 5 is not here. So 5 goes here. And that gives you a way into the Sudoku. But mind you, still it's tough. Even at the end, there is one very, very tough deduction. I'll take you through that. So stay tuned. Okay, let's continue. So we got a 5 here, so quickly this thermo falls apart. 7, 8, 9. And now I'm sure that 9 in row 3 must be in one of these 2 cells, and 6 in row 3 must be in one of these 2 cells, because 6 is the lowest digit, cannot be at the end of the thermo as far as row 3 is concerned. 6 goes here and 9 goes here. Okay, so 5 is left with only one possibility in box 8. 5 goes here. Now it's time to make some center candidates. 7, 8, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. So look at row 7, it's almost done. Left out digits are 7, 8, and 9, and we can just mark them using the thermo. What next? I don't remember what I saw here. Okay, this thermo can be squeezed a bit. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. You have a 9 pointing pair, so this is not 9, which means this is not 8. So at no point in this Sudoku can you motor along. You need to always dig in deep. It's not an easy Sudoku. Okay, so now a beautiful deduction again. You can't have 7 in any of these cells. It's simple to see. Reason is the moment you get a 7 here, so these two cells will be equal, so 7 goes here, this is supposed to be 4, and you have 8 9 here because of this 7, but you don't have any cell here, so you'll have to put a 6 and that breaks the Sudoku. So you cannot have a 7 pairing up with 4, so this would have to be a 4-6 pair. And that gives us more candidates in row 2. Let me see here. Okay, we can put some pencil marks in these thermos as well. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, and 7, 8, 9. So we have a triplet in column 4, 7, 8, 9. So that leaves us 1, 4, 6. And you also have a 4, 6 pair here. So this is a 1. That removes the 1 from this cell. That's 4, 6. This is 7, 8, 9 for the box. So still tough. Okay, what can get into this cell? Row 9, column 1. You can't have 7 or anything more than that, because if you have a 7, this is 8 and this is 9 and nothing can go into this cell. So it's less than 7. So 1, 2, 3, 5 are already eliminated. So only possibilities are 4 and 6. An easier way to see that would be 7, 8, 9 triplet. So this will be 4, 6. 4, 6 pair. That's a 7, 8, 9. Right. Now look at this cell. Whatever goes in here cannot be in this column, cannot be in any of these cells, cannot be here. So whatever is here has to be here. This is 4 and 6. And again, if you look at this cell carefully, cannot be 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and 8 and 9 are easily ruled out. So this is 4 or 6 again. No other possibility. That's beautiful, because not only do we get a pair in row 6, we also get a pair in column 2. So 4, 6 pair resolves this quickly. This is 2, this is 4. That 2 gives 2 here, a 1 here. And 1 goes in these two cells. Let's finish off row 6. 1 is not here. This is 8, 9. This would be 5, 8, 9. Okay, 4, 6 here. So this is 7 or 8 for the column. So we are pushing the Sudoku as much as possible. But notice that we have reached a point that there is one more breakthrough deduction required, and it's not easy to see it visually. So I'm going to straight away show you that deduction, which was the aha moment for me. The second most time gobbling thing for me as far as my solve was concerned. This took me even more time than the first deduction. So, okay, the first idea to see to get would be to notice that there are lots of 4 6s in the grid. So why don't we color them and see if we get some idea. So let's say this is yellow, then this would be red. Basically, if one is present, the other is not present. That's the idea. So if this is present, this is yellow, let's say, the other would be red, and vice versa is also true. So this is yellow now in column 4, that becomes red in row 6, and this becomes yellow in column 2. And now comes the beautiful step. Can you see what is the direction that is going to be that we are going to use here? Again, it concerns this area. Now both of these yellows are equal, right? Because we have used coloring, if one is off, the other is on. So both of these are same and both of these are opposite. Now can 6 be here? If 6 is here, remember that these two cells are equal. So if 6 goes here, this would be 6 and this cannot be a 6, and that breaks the Sudoku. Reason is, can quickly see. So if this is, let's say, you can think what happens, because both have to be equal. This is 6, this is 4, this is 6, this is 4, and look at this cell, can't be 4, can't be 6. That's the next most important reduction to see here, that this cannot be a 6. What a Sudoku, guys. One of the best thermo Sudokus I've solved in a long time. Excellent one. This is not a 6, so that's a 4, that's a 6, and now all the reds can be turned to 6s, all the yellows can be turned to 4s, and we are on our way to completing the Sudoku. Let's quickly complete it now. This is 6, so we know that these two cells must be equal because no other cell can take that. That's a 6. This is not a 6. 7, 8, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay, this is 7 or 8. 9 must be in one of these two cells. That eliminates 9 from here. 7, 8, and I have a 7, 8, 9 triplet in column 6, so this is not 8 and 9, that's a 5. That becomes a 1, 6 pair. 5 here removes 5 from this cell. This is 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 triplet, so this is 6. And 9 must be in one of these two cells, and just rushing along a little bit because these are all easy steps. So this will be 7, 8, 9. And look at column 7, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. And 6 here gives me a 4 in this cell. That gives a 6 here. Okay, so I get 4, 5 pair in column 1. And that can be quickly resolved. 5, 4. That 5 forces 5 into this cell. And now you look at column 8, there is only one cell where the 6 can get into. This is 6. That forces 6 here. And this is resolved. 6, 1. That resolves this one. So this becomes 7, 8. And look at this 8. So this is 7, 9. Oops. 7, 9. So this is also 7, 9. And 1, 8 must be in one of these two cells in column 3. So this is not 8, that's 7, 9. Okay, I have 8, 9 pair now. That's a 7. This is not 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7. These two cells become 8, 9. This is not 7, 8, 9. 8, 9 pair again. So that's a 7. That's a 9. That's 8, that's 7, that's 9, 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 7, 8, right? So, okay, 8 is here. So this is 9, 7, 7, and 8. I think this is right. Oh, these two cells. This is 9 and that's 8. And with that, we have completed this gorgeous Sudoku, which is nothing short of, you can say, a Santa brought gift to Christmas. What a wonderful thermo Sudoku, guys. Do let us know your thoughts and comments. Such a beautiful thermo Sudoku. We'll see you again. Until then, bye-bye.